So consciousness is traveling through time, what you call drop people from your timeline. That's what we got to do, you guys. We're placing boundaries in our lives. We are getting rid of vampires because this is a vampiric system. Realize we're transmuting this. We're changing it. This is what Christ does when it arrives on the planet. Hello. We are exposing these patriarchal Luciferian systems, satanic systems. These are all part of fallen angelic legions that are messing with the human race. There are actual literal beings in higher realities from our current embodiment. They're higher. We obviously are higher in the higher realms. Your higher self is higher than them. Just remember, your higher self is always going to be higher than their race. Well, not always, because they can do a host matrix with the guardian race and pass and be back to 12 strand. There is no such thing as being wrong or right or good or evil in law of one. That's one of the hard things to understand about God in the hologram. All are God. That means even darkness, because all creation was once light. This is the history of the time matrix. All creation was light for 700 billion years. And then suddenly, I guess it wasn't suddenly, in that time scale, that there was what Ashiana, she describes as, it's like a form of inbreeding. It's like the DNA template gets distorted. Why? Because there's no variance. There's no variance. You're just sticking in the same genetics. And over time, just going over them over and over and over in the same genetics, no variance, you're going to get distortions. And that's exactly what happened to these beings who were once light. And then they fell and become reverse consciousness, reverse Christ, reverse God against it. They went into the phantom universe, what people in religion would call hell, where there's dark beings like demons and fallen angels. Yes, this is true, but it makes more sense when you realize that they're actually alien extraterrestrials, multidimensionals, beings of other DNA, beings from other worlds, planets, and also beings that are in different dimensions of reality. So they come down to our lower bandwidth and mess with us. You got to realize that when you go through a Stargate, you're going to lose some of your shit. You're going to lose some of your DNA when you go down, dimensions down. And then it's reversed when you go up. Isn't that a trip? What's up? It's a literal downgrade. When you go from a high dimension to a low dimension, you become lesser of yourself as you materialize into the lower dimension. Downscale, you become lesser. So these beings, hello, indigo children, starseed, we become lesser than what we really are, but we still have this connection to our DNA, like an antenna, our higher chakra activated at birth. Ashiana describes the indigo children as going through a process inside the wound. Okay, you are activating your fifth and your sixth. That's weird, right? Because you still have to activate your fourth, though. It's just weird that you have 1, 2, 3, and then 5 and 6. You have to activate your fourth. I mean, it's definitely feasible and possible because you have that in your higher strands, realize. So anyways, it's kind of like indigo children, starseeds, are helping other indigo children, starseeds, because your parents don't know what the F is going on with you, most likely. Unless you have starseed indigo parents, because you could have awakened parents. Because it's possible, because there's generations of indigos here already. Because you could have 2 indigos come together and have children. Now it's in the gene pool until they have a non-indigo and an indigo. That would make a 50% indigo, and that can keep on getting washed out. That's why some people are trying to keep their DNA pure, and others don't care, or don't notice, or are not aware of that level of reality. But when you start talking about star seeds and ascension and spiritual awakening, now you're talking about, whoa, higher realities, higher concepts and meanings. Whoa. What's up, star seeds? What's up, my Spato gangsters in the house?